All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys that you won't want to miss. We've talked about it before. It's given us 10% already as a swing trade opportunity. And now in just one day, it has gone up 10%, and since we've mentioned it, it's already up close to 15 to 20%. So it is one to start watching moving forward. And I do want you guys to be aware that I'm going to talk about the Discord opportunities that we mentioned this morning. And if that's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is in the description down below, and we look forward to having you join us over at the Discord. So here we are with Ocgn stock. It has dropped pretty hard, a whole entire 7%, and this is just going further away from $9, further away from $10, and the rejection just keeps getting worse. So our lowest point down here is 761. I've talked about it before. We want to keep that in mind. If that gets crossed, this could be on its way down to newer lows, and we want to keep watching the market cap, because the market cap will tell us if this is priced in with the Covaxin, or is this cooling off. What is it that it's really doing? Because the stock has dropped pretty big in just one day. So the 50-day moving average is 875. Anything below it is bearish. Anything above it is bullish. This stock needs the emergency use approval information, or at least set out some guidelines to investors to understand what is their plans and what's their goals. Because yes, they've had meetings, they've had announcements, they've had news. Phase 3 trials are great, and it's still in progress. And investors right now are kind of in the limbo, trying to figure out what's next. I believe Ocugen needs to start sending out a plan, or at least moving forward with the emergency use approval information. So here we have our 50-day moving average, and that is 875, guys. That needs to be broken through by the bulls to at least get one step closer into gaining leverage, but it is pretty far away. So we have some points to look at, but don't forget about it. That is important. And our support level right now is 794. If that gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, pulling further away from the 50-day moving average and going deeper into bearish territory. Now, since this is such a big drop, we don't have a very formal resistance level, but I am going to dissect this as much as possible so you guys have some points to look at. So the first point that the bulls need to break through is 820. They need to turn that into a support, pull away from it, reach newer highs, and their next goal is up here, 851. And by breaking through these two resistance levels that are informal, just based off the chart, they do not guarantee that the bulls are going to break through the most important resistance level, which is the 50-day moving average of 875. This is just one step closer to that goal and one step closer to bullish territory, and just an indicator for us investors to know where momentum is going, but nothing's guaranteed. But those stepping stones do pull us higher, and we'll have to see if the bulls can continue the momentum and rally by breaking through those, turning them into supports, and pulling away from them. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post, and stay tuned on in. We're going to discuss the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list, as well as the opportunities we mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And we're going to recap on an option play that was mentioned towards the end of the last video, how it gave us a 60% opportunity since we've mentioned it. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have for us today is one that I talked about 2 weeks ago, way back on the week of the 10th to the 14th, and it actually gave us 10% opportunities throughout that time frame. And from that point till now, it has given us between 10 to 20%, and it's going to be an interesting one to look at moving forward. But before we talk about it, I want to share with you guys today's experience over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description. On a regular day, we're looking for 5 to 10%, 10 to 20% on great days, and 20% plus are home runs. So let's talk about it. So here on the screen, I have one of the ones I talked about early on in the morning, CREX, and we also talked about SBBP. So we're going to look at where they were sitting. One was sitting at 268 and CREX was sitting at 184. So we caught this one on its way down towards this low right here, and it jumped up to 191. So that gave us about a 3 to 5% opportunity. As it started to fall again, it hit another low here. It went from 174 to 186, another 5 to 10% opportunity. So the stock today was not as strong of volatility as we expected, except for early on in the morning. We weren't seeing enough volume early on in the morning, and shortly after, things were pulling back. And as they were pulling back, opportunities were presenting themselves, pretty small, but they were there. And for those that were patient and watched this one throughout the day, it hit a low here of 166 and right now has hit a high of 187, certainly giving a 10% plus opportunity. But this one gave us 5 to 10% within its opportunities throughout the whole day. Now the other one was SBBP, and SBBP was actually on a downtrend when we started watching it early on in the morning, right after the bell. Hit a low here of 264 and right after shot up to 278, giving a 3 to 5% opportunity. And for those that were able to hold on just a few more minutes through the consolidation, it hit a high here of 286, and that right there was a 5 to 10% opportunity as well, a little bit closer to 10%, between 8 to 10%. So today the market was pretty green, but the opportunities, they didn't have a lot of volume and a lot of things were moving sideways, and there was a lot of hype right now going back into tech growth and specifically with some of the space sector companies. So it was something interesting. Now, I want to do a recap on the put option I talked about last week, 12.5. We were watching it last week, and I actually don't like that here on Webull you can't see the high and the low of the day. But if you go to Robinhood and you go to the same exact strike right here, 12.5, expiring May 28th, we started watching this one last week, how it ended the week at 0.10, and it hit a high today of 0.16, giving a 60% opportunity from when I mentioned it, from when the market opened, and especially when the stock started to dip early on in the morning, guys. You could see it here for the day. When that pullback happened right here from 1339 all the way down to 1298, it had hit its high of the day of 0.16. So just wanted to do an update on this one. This is an interesting one to still watch throughout the week for maybe another opportunity to swing trade. Things are getting a little bit not on its favor or in its hands, right? Things are kind of attacking this one already. Like it did its volatility. Volume was pretty high today. Open interest is still pretty big. And I will continue to watch it. But right now, it's done its move so far from last week to this week. And again, I apologize, I can't see here the high and the low. But if you have the Robinhood account or if you're using any other platform, just search up the high and the low and you will see that it went up to 0.16, guys. That was a 60% return from when we mentioned it. So let's talk about the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. And this is one you definitely want to do more research on. And this sector is explosive, guys. It took off today from $44 all the way up to $49. So I started talking about this stock way back here on this week of May 11th all the way to the 14th, and it gave us about a 10% opportunity from its lows of $39 all the way up to $45, consolidated, and now it's taking off again. So for those that are long and caught it on that dip, we were talking about it that week over at the Patreon to watch. That was a great opportunity. And then also on this slight dip right here at $41 to keep average cost down. And throughout the run, this is starting to move a nice 10 to 20% from where it was. But if anyone's been swing trading this one, this has given plenty of room to make 10 to 20% throughout this ups and downs and keeping cost average pretty low. Now, overall, this sector has growth opportunity, and this stock has been plummeting due to the tech and growth sector being attacked, the SPACs. I mean, you can name it all. This stock fell into that category, and now it's actually having a trend reversal. And now it's time to watch for consolidation or some weakness for another opportunity for those that didn't catch it at these levels, that is long or looking to swing trade once again. So keep a close eye on it. Do your research and due diligence. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.